but there were several people on one side of the stage who met with Donald Trump, who were standing behind Donald Trump the entire time he was rallying, and several of them had to seek emergency medical care after the rally for their eyes were burning. Listen to this. This is News 4 out of Tucson, Arizona.
Okay, this is where thousands of people came out to hear former President Donald Trump speak last week. There was a group of 48 people allowed to sit on stage behind Trump throughout the event. They were split into two groups on each side of the stage. One side seemed to walk away without any issues, but multiple people seated near each other on the other side tell me that they had to go to the emergency room after they left the event. Here tonight, for the first time, the Trump campaign is confirming that they're investigating this situation.
Okay, so what happened was Donald Trump, he's in the middle of the stage. He's got a group to his left. He's got a group to the right. Here I am stuck in the middle with you. I'm sorry, that's not even funny. And I'm probably going to get a copyright hit for that now because I sang 3 seconds of stuck in the middle with you. But anyway, but look, here's the section. Let me show it to you. Here's the section that Donald Trump, he comes out. And it's this left section here. It's all these people. And look, he's touching them. Donald Trump is right there. He's right there in this section, and he's shaking hands with these people, and he's high-fiving. This woman right here, we're going to hear from her in just a minute. This woman right there, that right next to Donald Trump, she's got the red, white, and blue kind of scarf on her. These are all people who later on, immediately following this rally, had to go and seek medical attention. And Donald Trump is interacting with them. It's a wonder how Donald Trump didn't get infected or affected by these same things. But listen to this. This was one of the victims who you just saw there. Maya, I believe is her name.
Supporters like Myra Rodriguez, a former director of Planned Parenthood with a notable shift to being pro-life. In 2016, she sat behind presidential candidate Hillary Clinton on stage at an event. Now she supports Donald Trump. She enjoyed the rally, but once she left, everything changed.
As soon as we left and I stepped outside, I started feeling like my eyes were burning.
At first, she thought it might be allergies. She lives near Phoenix. By the time she got home, it was so bad she decided to go to the emergency room.
The emergency room staff keeps saying, from the triage nurse to the PA, and are you sure you don't get spray anything? Your symptoms look like you were sprayed something.
Your symptoms looked like you were sprayed with something. Your symptoms, she said her eyes were burning. It was red and puffy. Her face was flushed. They were watering. She couldn't see. Sounds to me like pepper spray. Sounds to me like, I've never been pepper sprayed, but we once did years ago, back when I worked in music radio and our job was to just do stupid stuff all the time. We had a stunt guy. His name was Teapot Tim. It's a long story, but anyway, and we thought as a fun stunt, wouldn't it be great if we sprayed him with pepper spray? And so we did, and again, he signed a waiver. I think he was good to go. But anyway, so and that was our job. Morning radio hosts, their job is to just come up with these stupid, idiotic ideas and then execute them on the air while people are driving to work. And I don't know if the idea is to make people laugh while they're going to a place that makes them cry, or if we're supposed to do these dumb things like spray our employees with pepper spray so they go, man, I thought my job sucked. At least I don't have Teapot Tim's job. But Teapot Tim went downstairs outside in front of the area, and we had somebody spray him in the face with pepper spray. And he screamed and cried, and it said this was a horrible idea, and I think he almost quit. But his face turned red, his eyes started to water, just like she described. He was flushed, he was getting patchy, he had trouble breathing. I mean, it was awful. Not only that, but when you spray pepper spray in someone's face, there's residual. It doesn't just sit, it's not like glue. It's a spray. It's an aerosol. It goes into the air and it filters around. And eventually we had like what do you call it? Not a pledge. What do you call him? An intern. Thank you. I was having flashbacks to college, back to the fraternity. Pledge! Pepper spray this guy for me. But no, we had an intern come in, and the intern sprayed, and then the intern, of course, got stuff all over their face. It was probably not something we should have done, but we did it anyway. I can't help it. And the exact same way that Teapot Tim described that pepper spray is the way she described her symptoms as well. Now, I'm not saying that nobody knows what happened. Nobody knows if it was pepper spray. Nobody knows if it was some other kind of chemical agent. Nobody knows if this was a coordinated attack on the crowd or on Donald Trump at this rally in Tucson. Nobody knows anything except that multiple people had similar symptoms right after the rally.
The News 4 Tucson investigators spoke to her the morning after the rally, Friday last week. That morning, she was nearly blind.
I can't see anything. When I try to open my eyes, it's like a white cloud covered. It hurts. It hurts a lot to open my eyes. I mean, I have this cold cloth that I put on and I take off all the time. But this is horrible.
She says the doctors weren't able to determine what exactly caused it. Her initial thought of allergies went out the window when she heard from several others seated next to her at the rally that also ended up seeking medical attention with the same symptoms.
Kept getting worse and worse. My eyes started watering a lot. My nose started running. Then I started feeling my face get really flushed, and then my neck felt like it was on fire. And it just progressed from there.
So as you can see, again, similar symptoms, different people. The one thing that they all had in common was that they were at Donald Trump's rally and they were all sitting in the same section. So that's something that Donald Trump's people are investigating. The Tucson police are investigating it. Clearly, News 4 in Tucson is also investigating it. But that could be yet another attack on Donald Trump. It could be yet another attack, not just on Donald Trump anymore, but on his supporters. And that's one of the things you have to realize, that being a Donald Trump supporter, you are putting yourself at risk. Never thought it would come to that. I mean, actually, I'll be honest with you, I did think it would come, but we've seen the Bernie bros, we've seen Antifa, we've seen people walking around downtown in Chicago after a Trump rally with a red hat on just get pummeled for no reason. We've seen the relentless attacks on our vehicles, on our homes, on our signs. There have been people whose cars have been keyed and windows have been smashed simply because of the Trump Vance or the Trump Pence or the Trump 2024 or the Make America Great Again sticker or the sticker of Calvin taking a leak on Joe Biden's face. I don't know. I don't know if they even have those. I know they have Calvin taking a leak on the Chevy sign and then Calvin taking a leak on the Fords. I know those. I'm just assuming somewhere someone made a sticker that has Calvin from Calvin and Hobbes taking a leak on Joe Biden. Who knows? I mean, I'm sure the internet's a great place. I'm sure you could find one. But that's, we knew that was going to happen, but now it's materializing. You go to a Trump rally and you're putting your life in danger. You go to a Trump rally, and it may be the last thing you do. You go to a Trump rally. We all know what happened to Corey Compatore. He was killed attending a Trump rally, going to support his political candidate of choice. It's increasingly dangerous, but it doesn't stop people from going. And man, this rally yesterday, holy cow, there were so many New Yorkers rallied around Nassau Coliseum. You could tell Donald Trump was in a great place yesterday. He was so excited to be back in New York. He was so excited to have all these folks around him. He was so excited to tell Harry to get his fat ass out of the couch and go vote for Donald Trump.
Harry, get your fat ass out of the couch. You're going to vote for Trump today, Harry.
So if you're going to a Donald Trump event, and there's going to be tons of them between now and Election Day, just be careful. Be wary. Be vigilant, because the Democrats aren't just coming after Donald Trump anymore. They're coming after all of us.